Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Geekin Out, where all of us are gonna talk about some very geeky things, but most importantly, as you know, warning is we have nothing but spoilers today. Spoilers. So get ready. Our co-host Cam is gonna be running things tonight. So Cam, kick things off.
Oh, is Cam muted? Cam, you
Cam, you're
muted.
muted.
There we
All
go.
right, I'm here now. I am present. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
I'm mad at this background for Timon. I'm mad at it. But okay.
It
Sorry.
was
Go
wishful
ahead.
thinking. It was wishful thinking.
Dying
That was my emotion. That's my emotion. That's how I was looking.
inside? Sure.
Destroying everything around.
Oh my goodness. Crazy, man. Well, as you all know, it is me, Cadence, and I'll have my co-hosts introduce themselves.
Hey, everybody. I'm Timon Kane. Hope everybody's having a great time. I'm so excited to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine.
Hey everyone, I am Ricky Z. You can find me at RickyZ_social on most social medias, and I'm also glad to talk about this fun movie.
What's up, everybody? I hate I missed y'all last week, but very excited to get back into this fun movie. Let's go.
Yeah, at LucyMan or at LucyMan79 everywhere. Also excited to talk about this. I saw it about 2 hours ago, so really still riding high on this.
Oh, it's super
fresh.
fresh.
Super
It's
fresh.
Yeah.
So that's perfect. That's gonna be perfect. Well, welcome to Geeking Out, of course. So we're gonna go ahead and let you know that we are doing a drinking game tonight. Okay, unfortunately, I cannot participate. However, in spirit, I will be there.
There's water in my glass.
Every time you hear the word, trigger word is gonna be Marvel. Every time you hear it, it's time to take a shot. Okay. All right. Awesome. All right. So we're gonna get into some things that we are geeking out about. Me personally, something that I'm geeking out about is Criminal Minds Evolution. I think I watched the season finale. I can't remember what this was, but Criminal Minds Evolution is still fire. Is just as good as the whole series overall is top tier. I love Criminal Minds. It has everything that you could want in a show, honestly. Anybody else watch it, or is it just me? Okay.
Well, okay. To be fair, Criminal Minds is one of those shows that when it comes on, I can watch it, but I don't know any of the characters. I don't know what's going on. But it's one of those shows I feel like like Supernatural. I've never kept up with Supernatural, but if I pick up on an episode, it's good. It's like if I pick up on a random episode of Criminal Minds, it's always good.
I don't have to be too invested.
Okay. Well, I promise if you watch it and you from beginning to now, you will fall in love with the characters. You will fall in love with just the idea of a behavioral analysis unit figuring out these crimes.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yes, it's fire. They're fire. It is so awesome how they profile and
I need to watch that.
It is so good. It is so good. It is so good. And yes, I mean you could just watch Evolution and find it perfectly fine by itself, but it means so much more when you really take this journey with these characters and get into their background. So that's it for me.
Cadence, is this a thing that I could watch a YouTube clip and be like, okay, I can watch YouTube the first 3 seasons and now I can go watch this new one?
I mean, if you absolutely want to look at a synopsis, you probably could, but it's not. I think it's like 13 seasons.
Commitment.
I'll read it. I can read a Wikipedia. No, not 13 seasons. You want me to watch Supernatural?
No.
Okay. My mom loves it. Your friend, she loves it. So that's one thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yes. We got to talk about it. It's actually 17 seasons. I'm so sorry.
I'm okay after 4.
Oh, that's okay.
It's just that good that I binged it when it was like 10 seasons in or something. I binged it and I could not stop. I just couldn't stop.
That is
Like
one of the
hour
things
long?
I would put on, and then like I'd immediately fall asleep, and I'll keep it on while I'm falling asleep, and I'll probably sleep through, and I'll wake up at season 2, episode 3, and I'll probably keep it on, and I'll be okay.
Okay. All right, who next? What you geeking out about, Tamon?
I'm geeking out about San Diego Comic-Con, but I know it's not time to talk about that yet. So
Yeah.
if I okay, randomly, horror news, Winnie the Pooh, Bambi, Peter Pan, Pinocchio are all coming together for some horror universe. And so they're taking all of our childhood stuff and twisting it over. Winnie the Pooh already has 2 movies out, and the second one I heard was good. Bambi is coming out.
Golly, that's on
Pinocchio,
Okay.
Peter Pan is supposed to be really good.
Peter Pan's already a horror story.
It
Have you
is
seen-
actually a horror story if you know the truth.
he has the description of Peter Pan is that he has all his children, all his baby teeth still. That's awful. That's horrifying. Right?
Yeah. I mean, Peter Pan can lean into other things, and I don't know if we can say certain words online, but we all know what I'm talking about. It leans into that very heavily. So I'm intrigued to see what is going to be. And Tinkerbell also has one. So
See, Peter Pan in general, I think leans more into horror more than
Yeah.
anything. Just
kidnapping kids to a fantasy world.
Yeah.
yeah,
Fairies,
What are they doing with Bambi?
mermaids. Imagine
Back from the dead.
The baby needs revenge.
magic dust.
killing
Is that
girls
something
out
you
of
can say on
jealousy.
YouTube?
Yeah.
What?
Okay. I think it's supposed to clap or if you believe or happy thoughts. That's it. Happy thoughts. So,
I hate it. I already not a fan.
yeah, so I don't know what this universe is going to do. I haven't seen any of the Winnie the Pooh movies. I heard like I said, the second one is good. I will probably check out Bambi. I can see Pinocchio being fun for a horror movie.
that I can see.
Yeah.
Being penalized for lying, yeah, I can see that being really bad.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to popcorn this to Lucio. What are you geeking
Oh
out?
man, popcorn. Yeah. So, okay, Ricky. First up, I'm not gonna lie. I went back and watched like the last couple episodes of Dollhouse again. I don't know. It did something in my brain. I wasn't like super plus on it, but like I went back. I was like, oh, it's kind of, I don't know, it's a little interesting. But then also, I don't think I liked it. I think there's something in my brain that was like, I wanted there to be more. I want like if they announce a new Dollhouse season, I'd be like, all right, I'll watch it.
I got your money.
Yeah. But also, so I'm lucky to have a lot of very talented friends. That one of my friends sold her book recently. It comes out next year. I got to read it. I'm almost done with it, and I like to tease her so much, but it's very, very good. It's called Sing the Night. It comes out next year. It's she describes it as Phantom of the Opera meets The Night Circus. I don't know if you guys have read The Night Circus. It's spectacular. It's very good. I'm mad at how good this book is. Honestly, I'm mad at my friend Megan.
I'm mad at your
Yeah, Megan Eccles. Yeah, excited. I'm very happy for her to have sold her book. She's been working on this forever, so it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Shout out to friend Megan.
Who you popcorning to?
Oh yeah, Akil.
All right. Okay. Coincidentally, when I was headed in, I'm geeking out about. I saw the first pop up for Spirit Halloween. So that just lets
Yes.
you know
Yes.
that season is almost here.
Speaking season is here now.
I always start August like 10th, which is what next week. So there you go. And then go all the way to Halloween. So yep. It's that time of year. So I'm super geek.
I as well.
That's what's up. Last but not least, there's only one left.
Yeah.
Save the best for last.
Yay.
No pressure, Ricky.
Okay, so all right, so one thing from Comic-Con that I'm geeking out about, so we'll talk about that one later. But it's not Marvel related, so drink. But this past year, I've been doing audiobook. I haven't been able to like actually sit and read because my brain can't focus long enough to do it. But I've been reading this or listening to this Buffy the Vampire Slayer series, kind of like after like several years after the season finale, and is by Kendari Blake. And so the first one is called, what was it called?
In Every Generation.
And Every Generation. Okay, so book 3 came out like earlier this summer. So I'm listening to book 3 right now, and it's really good. So it's about Willow has a daughter, Frankie, and how she was conceived in the first place is magical. But so she, at some point, someone's trying to get rid of the Slayer line in general. So in an attempt to get rid of the whole Slayer line, Frankie turns out to be a Slayer.
Spoiler warning.
Sorry. Well, you know what? It's a whole spoiler episode. But either way, it's a really good story. There's some characters that are in it the entire time that I really enjoy that are back, like of course Willow, because Willow's mom, Spike,
I love
Oz, Spike. Xander and Dawn are mentioned a little bit. And that's all I'll say about that, about the characters that are talked about. So, but it's really good. I really enjoy it. So that's what I'm geeking out about, like being able to finish the series.
I'm on book 2. I finished book 2. I haven't started book 3 yet. I took a break to read in Blood and Root. But yeah, I'm almost done. I have 4 hours left. But I will say that both of the books that I've read so far can easily just put it on film. It's ready.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do anything else. It's the perfect amount of nostalgia and cameos that you need to put the story forward. It's great new characters. Frankie is awesome. She's not like Willow. She's not like Buffy, which is perfect. And she's a hybrid.
Yes, I appreciate that they're like great new characters and some nostalgia, and like you can tell that it's written by a Buffy fan by some of the references that are pulled, like lines, and like the humor is very much
Buffy.
like it's very Buffy-verse.
Yes,
Buffy speak. It's very much Buffy speak. So like I really enjoy it. So this is in Every Generation trilogy right now. Because the last one is Against the Darkness by Kendari Blake.
And also, sorry, don't forget that you worried about how do we get Spike on film and him to still look a certain age. It's fixed. It's fixed in the first probably couple pages.
Yes, exactly.
And he's the watcher, y'all. He is Frankie's Willow's daughter's watcher.
Okay, that's what's up. I guess we'll wait to hear y'all give it all up to us one day. All right, so let's get into. We did do some quizzes for this episode. We did two. We did whether you are Deadpool or Wolverine. So let's take a look at everybody's results.
All right, so there you go.
So for me, I got Deadpool, and it makes sense. It's very accurate. It's based off the description.
Wait, can we talk about like the questions though?
I thought I was taking the wrong quiz at first.
Listen, it worked for me, and I love food, so I was just like, okay, that looked interesting. So let's do it and see how they determine whether you're one or the other. And I mean, I got an accurate depiction, so I said, okay, great, you're right. That's a great description of me.
You're carefree, you're brave, and for what you love. You're sarcastic, but you do whatever it takes to help those in need.
Yeah. Heavy on the sarcastic.
Yeah, I can see that.
Sorry, I guess I'm Deadpool.
Yeah.
I like him so much.
Bye.
Fire.
Yeah.
Can't wait to talk about that.
Liz, Tamar, what'd you get?
I too am a Deadpool. I'm sort of a carefree spirit. That's what I could take away from this. So
That's the only thing you gonna take away.
Yeah, very low on the sarcasm.
Oh,
You a damn lie. Stop
Very
it.
low on the sarcasm for me, but
That sounds
We're
like
not gonna be lying on Beyonce's internet like that. You can run me my money.
run
for
me
real.
my money.
Run me my money.
Money, Andre. Run me my money.
Ricky, what'd you get?
Oh, mine's last. So, Wolverine.
Okay.
And I attribute it to picking like at least 75% of it was the Asian food.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's why that was.
I don't know because I picked a lot of Asian food too because I love Asian food.
Me too.
Like Asian food, and what maybe like tipped it to Wolverine was the French fries.
I was picking stuff that I was like, what can I eat right now? And be like,
spring rolls, egg rolls, French fries.
The salad and nachos. I was like, okay,
right, nachos. Yep, there you go, nachos. Definitely some. Like I think one of the first questions was like ramen. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I picked pad thai. I picked pad thai for one of them. Yeah.
I did get pad thai. I picked that for one too. Absolutely.
And maybe some gnocchi, some comfort food. So you like to stay to yourself most of the time, but you're always on your commitments. You're wise and strategic, and you help the helpless. I feel like that's.
I think so too, Ricky.
I like to stay to myself a lot.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Peopling is hard, okay? It's very draining.
Yeah. Lucio.
Oh man. Surprise.
Okay.
I'm hoping that this quiz was like the first 20 questions were nothing, and the last question was just like, which one is it? Ping! It's a coin toss. I'm hoping that quiz was. Because it was like there was just so much random food on there. I mean, I picked like burrito. Like I don't know like what was the tipping point here.
That's a great question. I have no clue either.
Oh, man.
I picked a lot of some of the things y'all saying. I picked some of that stuff, but
yeah.
All right, Akil, what you want to get?
Tiebreaker.
I didn't agree with this one. Because this definition, I mean, based off the definitions, Wolverine suits me more because I stay to myself, kind of do my own thing or whatever and help when I need to. But I'm very calculated. I'm not carefree. I don't feel like I'm sarcastic. So I was like,
maybe you're missing who you're supposed to be. Maybe that's what's going on here.
You didn't put the udon noodles in this one, did you?
The mask. You're wearing the mask.
You didn't hit the katsu.
You didn't do the gnocchi. You didn't do the gnocchi. You didn't do the
French fries.
French fries.
I picked whatever was recognizable and that I liked.
Okay.
French fries.
That's why do you think I picked burrito?
Okay, so the next quiz that we got, I thought was super, super cool. It gives you your Marvel superpower and it creates your origin story for you. So let's get into those results. So I got a soul harmonizer.
Yes. I haven't even read it.
My power is the ability to manipulate emotions through music, bringing peace and harmony to those around me.
Nice.
And so my origin story is I was a talented musician who discovered they could channel their emotions into music, affecting the moods of others. After a life-changing event, they decided to use their powers for good, becoming the soul harmonizer to bring understanding and empathy to all.
Facts.
I have a feeling that like a lot of our powers should not be working together. It might be too consuming.
Okay.
I feel like our powers are all like together are too much.
That's perfect.
Okay. I'm ready to see this then. This is getting good.
So, Kaden, I have to ask you, what's the instrument you play here? What's the instrument in your origin story? It's like the slide whistle, the harmonica.
Well, I actually went to school for music, and
did you? Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, that's really cool.
But I've also played the trumpet.
Oh, fun.
Come on, Jubilee Singer.
It's Dazzler.
Right? You're Dazzler. Can't believe I never thought about that.
Oh man. Okay. Who else?
Affecting the moves of others.
I shouldn't be starting trouble because I think mine was pretty terrible. All right.
No,
yeah. Cam, what was your power the last time we did a quiz?
The last time my first power
was empathy. It was empathy.
You see? It's connecting. It all works.
I know.
Carry on.
All right, next one is come on.
Of course.
You got that? Yeah, I think. Didn't you get that last time?
I got my actual power. So mind. I got mind reading last time. I think. Power, telepathy, a technopath, able to read minds and communicate with machines through thought alone. I too went to school for engineering, so it works.
Fire.
Oh
wow. Tamara was once an ordinary beachgoer. I love the pool, who spent their days writing poems. I'm a writer by the shore. But after a freak accident involving a lightning storm, they discovered they could tap into the minds of others, even communicate with technology. Using their methodical approach to problem solving and intelligence, they now protect their favorite beach and beyond as a superhero mind scribe. I take it. I own it.
That's nice. That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right. Give me 2 seconds. All right.
What technology is on the beach?
Metal detectors.
Boombox mech. You got a boombox mech.
Radios. Lights.
Yeah.
Boats.
But okay, that's pretty frightening to be like throw a boat at someone. That's pretty cool.
I don't think I can throw it, but I can probably make sure you go the wrong way.
That's dangerous. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Akil.
Soul Surfer.
Yeah.
Psychokinesis. Okay. Ability to control or manipulate water. Origin story. Akil was a writer who spent his days traveling to different beaches for inspiration. One day while surfing, a wave engulfed him, transforming him into a soul surfer. Now he uses his confrontational nature to protect the ocean and its creatures while his water manipulative powers.
Okay, Aquaman.
And that's the crazy part because I can't swim.
You don't have to now.
We like you better than the deep. Okay,
yeah.
That's all we know.
Akil, that's why the wave engulfed you like that. Okay, so I'm
right.
Are we on the same beach, Akil?
Probably so. I guess that lightning storm made the wave and it got us.
I feel like we're all on beaches.
I love that
connection. All right.
All right. Who's you?
Yes, we are in there. We are everything.
Frost. Oh, it's just all riders. Cryokinetic abilities. Origin story. After a freak snowstorm left Lucio stranded in the mountains, he discovered his ability to control ice and snow. Using his powers to protect those in need, he adopted the identity of Frost Scribe. His analytical mind and empathetic nature guide him in understanding the depths of human emotion, making him a formidable hero.
That actually sounds like you. From little I've known about you, that sounds like you.
Yes. Yeah, this is a squad.
I'm actually really happy with our team.
And in our downtime, we're just working on our screenplay or whatever.
Exactly. I run a show.
Right. All right.
It's like Gem in the Holograms, but it's very quiet.
That's my favorite thing. I love that. Okay, so you ready for mine?
Yes, Ricky. Let's go.
So
yeah,
we got two of y'all.
So there's like someone's like soul something else.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, this is something different.
That's different.
Soul Scribe was the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, she's doing things.
So the ability to manipulate energy waves that restore balance and harmony to those around them. Hello. Rikia, known as Soulwave, discovered their powers while taking a nap on the beach. Yes. When they awoke, they found themselves surrounded by a glowing aura that emanated calming energies. Through crafting and DIY, they learned to harness this power to heal others and bring peace to all they encounter.
I love this beach scenario we got going.
I know.
I love us all hanging at the beach and get our powers. This is good. This is really good.
We are now officially in the Marvel universe, so take your drinks.
Yes. Cam, can I ask, what is our Marvel team? What's our name? The X-Force or the
That's a good one. Geek Squad.
Geek Squads. Wait, that's taken.
We are the reason.
The Wave Scribe.
We're the beach.
Beach Force. It's Beach Force.
The Beach Force.
We're Beach Force. This is a good TV show, y'all. This is
Beach Force.
I would like Kiki Palmer to play me in the movie. If that's possible.
Yes. Come on.
Oh, that's a good. Okay.
Lou Diamond Phillips for me. That's the one.
Yes.
All right.
Give me Samuel.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say
Tyra Banks.
No.
Oh my god!
I can't remember this actor's name, but he was the lead in the newest Purge movie, the last Purge movie that came out.
Oh, Trevon.
No, it's somebody along those lines. It's the one.
Trevante Rhodes.
No, because he was also in Issa's show. He was also in Insecure. It's Daniel. Yeah.
Daniel.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's just playing you.
Yeah.
I saw you as Taser from the last.
Yeah, so Super Cell.
Yeah, from Super Cell.
Okay. I'm gonna take Winston Duke.
Okay, that'll work. That'll do.
I'm gonna bring in Winston Duke.
He's just doing it for the thighs. That's what he
They save lives. They save lives.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break and come back and get right into this thing proper. Yes, check out that game, Psycho Killers. Come on,
You can find Psycho Killers on Instagram, a Psycho Killer card game on Instagram. Check them out. And I'm at a different location. And again, I don't have the game in front of me, but I actually do have it. Sorry.
One of these days.
One of these days, I'll actually have it ready.
You know, it'd be fun if they did like an online version. We can play it on Twitch.
I know.
That would be cool.
There is a murder mystery game you can play on Twitch. We'll talk about that.
Okay, cool.
That would be cool. Okay. All right. So we're about to get into Deadpool and Wolverine. And I want to know, in what format did you see it? And what was that experience like for you? Because I saw it in 4D. So I don't know if y'all want me to go first because it's going to be very fire. So I'm going to go last. I'm going to go last.
Okay, so I saw it the first time. I saw it twice. I saw it the regular way in regular theater seats, but I saw it on Thursday. And I'm gonna be quite honest with you, and I feel bad because I think I had been at work since early in the morning, so I kind of dozed off in some spots. Not because the movie was boring; it was just I was tired. So it's why I went to go watch it again on Sunday. And I got the reclining seats and did not fall asleep. Very, very close to the front of the screen, and I enjoyed it. It's a fun movie.
Not the nosebleeds.
Sure.
What do you mean? No, So normally I will sit in the back, but if it's a reclining seat, you gotta. That's where you recline.
Okay,
Look, and that's okay because I'm reclining. Don't do that to me. And plus, by that point, the tickets were almost sold out for that Sunday show, and okay, everybody was just not getting on board. So I had to get what I could.
Do what you
okay?
had to do.
I just had to get in where I fit in, okay? And at the point, it was row B, seat 4, okay? Thank you.
Okay, all right.
So on the left side also is like over on the.
Look, I
You gotta look to the side too.
I was reclining, and I enjoyed it with my big bucket of popcorn. Okay.
Oh, dang.
Oh,
I don't like y'all. Y'all are mean.
Look, you see the movie. That's all that matters. Okay? You had a good experience.
That's you looking straight up.
Jeez, all right.
Okay, all right.
It was comfortable though.
I saw it in the same way. Maybe that's why you fell asleep. You're just in a bed at that point. You're just like.
No, that was the first time in the regular seats. The recliners have actually stayed awake for.
Okay.
So I saw it in the same like regular whatever format. Although I do have to say, I got into the theater and someone was in my seat, and I was like, "What the heck, man? Like we have assigned seats for a reason, specifically for this." So I did have to sit closer than I wanted to.
If you go to the theater with assigned seats, you better look at your ticket and get in them folks' seats, y'all.
Yeah. Dad with your two kids? With your two kids. Fine. He had two kids with him.
Don't matter. I don't care who's on the
So, excuse me, you're in my seat. Your kids are fine. I want my seat.
I do.
We're gonna enjoy this movie.
Anyway.
I'm going very 90s. I'm walking out the theater, coming back, and here comes management.
Yeah.
Very 90s with the flashlight. I need all of them.
Sir, can I see your kid's ID, please?
Right.
I mean, why are you here? This is inappropriate. This is inappropriate.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I thought I had my ticket on me. No, yeah, the theater's like half full, so I just like went and picked another chair, but
not at all.
Come up out that seat, my boy. What was your experience? Did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, no, it was excellent. It was a good movie, man. Like I enjoyed it. I didn't buy the popcorn holder because it looks horrible. It looks there's 2 or 3 different popcorn buckets for this movie, and I haven't seen a single one that I'm like, oh, that's interesting. No, they're all horrifying.
Okay.
Have you seen Deadpool, baby?
do I need to find? There is a Deadpool. That one I saw one picture. That one is amazing. There's a Wolverine mouth one. It looks horrifying. It's intentionally playing off the Dune one, the Dune bucket.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Okay, what format did you see it, Akil?
I saw it at IMAX.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I didn't get. I always get the souvenir popcorn buckets or whatever. They were sold out, and I'm usually prompt to be at the theater, but I didn't get the chance to do it. And also, when I go on Thursdays, the theater isn't like really crowded, but it was crowded for this one, which I was glad to see. And honestly, it was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. But what made it even better for me, and I'm not sure if y'all have the same sentiment, but the movie goers, because they were clapping when they saw their favorite people and just getting amped and stuff like that. And that's the part of the movie theater experience I like. But it was a good time.
What's up? Okay. Tamad?
I saw it in a nice theater where they come and take your order and they bring you drink. Akil, So I had an edible prior to, and then I had a cocktail. I had a cocktail, and I had a really nice experience. I laughed a lot. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I have thoughts, but I'll save that for later. But I enjoyed my overall experience, and I smiled a lot, and I laughed a few times, and yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to tell y'all about the 4D experience because it was insane. 4D really gives you 3D, but it also gives you moving chairs. It gives you fans on your seat and big old fans in the auditorium. It gives you smoke. It gives you smells.
I can live without that. Yeah, I don't need that.
It's a good time. You have to do it at least once in your life. It felt like being on a ride.
I'm good with my recliner seats.
Those seats you couldn't recline, but baby, I was feeling like some of the gunshots with like some of the like little massage points in the back, and it was just like taking us, jerking us all over the place with like a whole bunch of action was going on. It was so crazy, so much fun. Any movie that is action packed, you should see it in 4D. And I'm going to go and see Twister in 4D just for that very reason.
I heard it was amazing for Twister.
Yeah.
I'm gonna experience it for myself, and I know it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah. Were the seats comfortable?
Yes, the seats were comfortable. Like I said, you couldn't lean back, so you didn't get very much, lean back action because the whole chairs are moving when there's something going on. But it was so much fun. It was so different to be engaged in so many different sensory levels. So it made the movie even more fun. Like I was smiling the entire time.
Was it a Regal theater or
it was theater? It was Regal.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna talk about some of my major highlights for the movie. The cameos were awesome. That opening sequence was amazing. The opening sequence was hilarious. It was so much fun, and it was so action packed. Like that's the perfect way to open that movie. It was the perfect way to open that movie. I loved seeing Gambit. I was a little like, what the heck is going on here? But at the same time, I was like, oh, this is dope. And then they played on the fact like his movie never came out. So that was fun. Seeing Blade was great. Seeing Blade was great. I didn't like a particular joke he made, but seeing him was great.
Which one was it? Which joke?
Was about it being one Blade, ever going to be one Blade.
Oh.
Well.
I mean, at the rate it's going, it might be
I'm going to have to
run his money.
Oh, y'all got money.
And residuals.
Faith in Marvel.
Okay.
But yeah, those were some of my high points.
I think it was like Deadpool in general is very cheeky. I like how it just kind of very cheeky with the fact that just like all the things that kind of going wrong with Marvel at this very moment, even now, like while this movie is going. And it's surprising because, like, how long did it take to film this movie? How long when they started this movie? Like, how long the issues that we've been seeing with Marvel been going on in the last couple of years? I enjoyed that. I enjoyed most of the cameos. I like that they showed some of these things, but like, not all the cameos were like great for me. Gambit was like, oh, that's cute. I'm glad. I'm hoping that's a one and done for Channing Tatum as Gambit.
Wow!
I'm okay with that being if that's a one and done.
I mean, I hate that character anyway. So.
Well, because like, and I think it's like they were talking about like the way that he was talking. If you're comparing what Gambit was saying while they're going through their little pep talk compared to everyone else actually had like movies,
Right.
I mean,
But that was the funny part. That they were
I know that's
focused
what's
on
funny,
about
which is
that.
why I'm okay with it if it's one and done. If we don't ever see that one again, I'm okay with it never seeing it again. My thing is though, for me, like Deadpool is funny, but Deadpool for me isn't like one where I'm like, oh, this is one of my top favorite movies in any form of Marvel, whether it's Marvel Studios, MCU. Like, I'm not necessarily thinking like, oh yeah, Deadpool is like the best one ever. I can enjoy it for what it is, and it's funny. It's funny to watch. And it's a
Okay.
fun movie. It's a fun movie. I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a fun movie. I'll say that.
Okay. All right. Okay. Anybody else with some high points?
Yeah, no, I thought it was really fun. I was hoping my daughter is sick right now, so she was supposed to go with me. Okay. Years and years ago, I saw 300 in the movie theater by myself, and it's like the saddest experience to watch an action movie by yourself because you're like, yeah, no one's with me. I was literally the only person in the theater too, so it wasn't even like anyone else was cheering. It was just me. I felt kind of the same here, but like the movie was fun. It was very exciting, and like Akil said, there's a lot of people in the theater that are like laughing and having a good time and cheering for their favorite people. It was very pandery. Does not say like not. I mean, the word is like kind of derogatory, but like if you enjoy like Deadpool and like all these like goofy things, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I do hate Gambit so much though. Just across the board, can't stand Gambit. His outfit looks ridiculous, and on Channing Tatum, who's like a handsome guy, I was like, it looked like it was like, well, we forgot to tuck this in, but that's okay.
It's one thing when it's a cartoon, but like in real action form,
Yeah.
like you look ridiculous, dude.
Yeah. I wasn't even like this part with like the face thing was actually okay. It's normal. The part that bothers me, it was like the weird chest piece that didn't seem like it. I don't know what that was.
It looked like it was more plastic than it should have been cloth. Like his whole outfit is cloth. It's cloth material. So it did look a little bit ridiculous. I'm not gonna act like it didn't. I did not like the way that those pieces looked for him.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. But it was just fun to see him finally do it, to see if he could even could. And I didn't hate it. I do wish that he was in a better position to give more of that personality of Gambit across the board, because you didn't get to really see like that suave debonair kind of vibe. You got a kind of humorous one.
For those that were like fans of like the 90s cartoon, I think he's literally the only one of the main cast from the 90s cartoon like that has not been put in the live action films at all. Like it was satisfying to see that happen at least once. And we can put it to rest, honestly. Go ahead.
I thought he did a great job with his patois. I know that was a running joke how his words was really
his Creole.
Couldn't understand what he was saying, his Creole. Yeah. But I thought it was really actually good and really believable. And I got his swag. I got everything that I needed for an audition for him to come back and play Gambit again. And I would be fine with that because I thought he did such a good job. He was probably one of the two cameos I really liked. I felt I get why we needed a lecture because she was one of those unsung stories. But I felt like instead of a lecture, we could have had like an actualized Rogue, like Anna Paquin, actually with her powers as Rogue, and have her and Gambit together. I thought that would have been really nice to see. But I don't know. I just didn't. Those 5 cameos or those 5 little mini groups, Blade stole the show for me. Like I was gagged when Blade popped out. I was not ready to see Wesley Snipes. I was like, they got money.
They look good.
All to him.
Ryan Reynolds had to go out to had to do some work for this.
He said in the interview that he went to go work out and change his diet for his 10 minutes. But you know what? I'm glad that they did that. And Cam, I'm sorry, that line about being one blade was classic. It was funny.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny, but I was just like, hold on.
Don't play with me.
Right, because they were already dropping so many Easter eggs in the movie, and it's just kind of like, all right, now I don't know if you're doing if you're playing
it's an opportunity you couldn't miss. Like you couldn't miss the opportunity to be like, there's only one blade, and right now there is only one blade.
Yeah, and honestly,
and the way it's going right now, we just got some news recently.
Yeah, I had a good time watching the movie. I do have some things about it that I didn't really jive with. I don't know if it's time to talk about those things yet, but
not yet. I think Akil gotta get his.
For me, it was fun. I enjoyed a lot of the jokes. They were right on point. Like Taman, I did enjoy Gambit's brief, time. The costuming did bug me. I ain't gonna lie, because it took me for a minute to like, what's going on here? But he had the mannerisms and all that good stuff. But the Easter eggs throughout the movie to kind of tie things together, I like the way he kind of put the Fox movies to a proper, respectful rest, saying, "Hey, we going forward because we with Disney now." So it just gave a good insight to what's to come, and I do feel like this is a footstep in the right direction for Marvel.
Till you're 90.
Till you're 90. Yeah.
Pick your cup up. Pick your cup up. He said Marvel. There you go. Uh-oh.
I'll take that on our next break.
All right. We're going to jump into low points real quick then, since it seems like we got quite a bit of those. If we can we squeeze that in real quick?
Yeah,
we can squeeze that in. We good. Okay, let's squeeze that in. So what are some of your low points? I will say for me, there still wasn't very much guidance into where this kind of is really going from here. Based on how we now know, even though we're not at that point either, but how we now know that they have pivoted so hard. But it was a great love letter. That's what I had. It was a good love letter to the old stuff. The story had a small moment where it seemed like it kind of got lost because we thought it was over at one point. It looked like it was over, and it was like a second act of the movie. Yeah. So it did make that movie rather long. Those will be a few of my low points. That's what I got for you. Go ahead.
I think the villain was blah and uninspired. I think they sacrificed comedy and action for actual plot line to the story. Because I don't know, I still don't know to this day what she was doing to the machine at the end. And I think they sort of let all of the plot and the actual build up for the antagonist go to waste. She was great in her scenes when she was doing all these things, but to what avail? And I guess she got defeated. I'm not really sure. I just felt like the villain needed some work. I felt like the overall story needed some work. I like the original idea that they were going with, where we were going to get all the cameos we were hoping for. But it was fun for a nostalgia grab and an action movie and a comedy. But as far as the storyline, it wasn't there. For me, at least. It just didn't do it for me.
Yeah, I think it's like it may not have been a strong plot line, but I understood, the plot line overall.
Yeah.
But it wasn't necessarily a strong one. I can acknowledge that.
Now it wasn't like Ms. Marvel, but it still was for the hype. No shade, but for the hype that no shade.
Shading.
I'm just saying, for the hype that this movie was given, it was really just a nostalgia grab. When you just strip all that away and have like a solid action film, it just wasn't there for me. And I like Cassandra, but they could have picked any villain to do the exact same thing like they did in Ms. Marvel.
Okay.
Agreed.
Ms. Marvel or the Marvels?
The Marvels. That villain was awful.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay. There's points with I can understand the point for the Marvels villain. Although I did enjoy the Marvels, and I thought the Marvels was a
Me
fun
too.
movie too. So I think for me, like the process of having to tame my expectations and what I'm wanting from these movies, from these projects, and having to enjoy them for what they are, and maybe not necessarily what they're supposed to mean and how they're supposed to connect with everything. That's where I've been staying in. So for this one, right, in particular, because like you're trying to really, there's no point in trying to figure out like how any of these things connect with the rest of it, because you're gonna hurt your feelings, and it's dumb. Just enjoy it. It's a fun movie. It's Deadpool. Like honestly,
Yeah, all those
it's
things are
fun.
true.
Yeah. Yes, I can agree with the villain. TVA was like, okay, that was kind of a nice touch.
Yeah.
But what was it? What was his name? Paradox was whatever.
That too was a problem for me. Paradox.
Yeah.
And I like the actor. I even liked his performance. But between Paradox and then Cassandra,
Nova.
No, yeah, it just didn't come together for me. In that piece of it, I still gave it an 8 out of 10. But that piece of the story, that piece of the movie, the story it needed to be worked on some more.
Yeah, and it did run a little longer than it needed to.
Yeah,
so.
it did.
It felt to me like Ryan Reynolds was the kid in the candy store. He's just licking everything. He's like, this, I'm gonna lick this, I'm gonna lick that. Just his like every single cameo, every single like weird like Marvel thing that they could get a hold of is just like just take little pieces of everything.
Was all the way in that candy jar.
It's Kevin Feige. They wanted to test and see how far they can go, and congrats, you did great. I mean, I'm not saying the movie is trash. I'm just saying being really
it was
hypercritical of the film, right?
Yeah,
that was a piece, element that I wanted to see more of, because I don't think about it. The villains, we had Thanos, we had Ultron, we had let's stick with those two. There's no one else.
I'm not even terribly excited with Ultron. Ultron seemed like, especially the way it ended, Ultron, I'm like, like it wasn't that big. Thanos was huge.
Yeah. I don't know if Marvel understands how to do villains that well so far.
Well, and I agree. And that's why I'm
said Marvel
later.
I want to be so hydrated. It looks like I'm grabbing this out of Wolverine's armpit.
But
I swear storm.
But I'm excited because that was the low point for me, was the villain. I didn't read comics as a kid, so kind of figuring out her backstory and what she did. She's supposed to be like that chick. We didn't see that. And
I think we did.
We
definitely saw
Johnny Storm.
I'll give you that one. But as far as what I saw, like getting her backstory, I think they could have done a little bit more to make her seem like a big threat. But
I feel that
she's a throwaway villain. But
like Hank.
We'll get to that too.
Yes, we are gonna get to that. We're gonna get to it.
But I kind of think, and that's why I was excited for, which I know we'll talk to, the Comic-Con reveal of the new big bad, because I think it's going to give that Thanos feel that we took, how long was that? 6 years for the build up and the payoff for what he did. So hopefully that'll bring it back. But yeah, the villain was what brought the movie down to me, honestly.
Okay. Anyone else? Lucio, did you go already?
I kind of added stuff here and there. I wish that villain, like, I really liked the Cassandra, like that actress was really, really good. I actually wish that we got to see a lot more. It's like, it also, like, thinking about it, it's like they had one villain in that TVA guy, Paradox, and then this Cassandra. It's like they never like landed on like where our problem is.
Yeah,
it was very Deadpool oriented.
Yeah,
it's very, it's one of those. It's an action movie problem. Like, it's just like we're gonna go, blow stuff up, do a lot of fights. The Odyssey fight though was spectacular. The Honda Odyssey fight where they're
oh yeah.
fighting in the minivan.
Yeah, it was amazing.
That first fight, I was like, all right, that's not like that wasn't very exciting. But in the minivan, that was spectacular. Like that maybe is my favorite fight in the entire thing.
They had the best fight scenes between each other.
Yeah.
Lots of
that was a weird hop between the two things.
I thought Gambit twirled quite a bit, and when
that poll came out, I was like, yes. And he was nasty with them cards. He was nasty with the cards, and he touched them with the staff to blow them up. Like that is what you expect to see from Gambit, putting his kinetic and storing his kinetic energy in something.
Billy. Sorry, hold on one second. Billy Berserker. It literally says the title of the episode is like all spoilers.
It's all spoilers.
All spoilers. All spoilers. We love you, Billy. But thank you for supporting us and thank you for playing us and muting us so we can still get the views.
Billy, you're great. Go watch the movie, man. Come on.
Yeah, yes, we still love you.
No, that's fine. Yeah. Go ahead and mute us and keep the show running so we can get the views.
Yep, that's yeah.
I think I'm just missing the menacing villains like Thanos and Thanos kids and Hela from one of those Thor movies, and
so a matter of feeling the villain's presence throughout the
film. A single movie villain, Hela is probably one of my favorites because top to bottom, she's a threat. She's like, how it ends for her, but man, like from the beginning, you're like, okay, she's just tearing down. Like when she reveals, like, oh, this is what Odin actually did, and it's like this is what your history actually is. And at the end, like, right to the end, like, how are they gonna like? They're not gonna beat her. There's no way for them to beat her.
Yeah, in this movie, they wasn't trying to beat anyone. They were really just trying to get him back to his universe. And I get that's the focus, but these villains and the conflict just didn't line up to that. It was missing.
You just you needed a bad guy. So
and so
it didn't feel like it was enough of a struggle for a payoff.
Where was Jonathan Majors? We needed him in this role.
Anytime the TVA shows up too, I'm like, you can't control time. Like, just go back in time. Always just go back in time.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, I finished the second season of Low Key earlier today, and I don't quite understand, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh man, we got to talk about that. That's so good.
That's the end of the multiverse. He fixed it. He's the tree.
Over it.
Yep, that was that reveal was spectacular. Oh, so good.
I don't know. Okay. Commercial break, and we will be right back. After these messages.
After these messages from my sponsors.
Sponsor.
Who's that guy? He looks questionable to me. He looks questionable.
Didn't know. We are here to help with future Marvel projects here at TK Publishing.
There you go.
We are working on becoming doctors for the X-Men film. So check us out. We'll be around.
Y'all, Disney, just go ahead and pivot and just do the Saucier trilogy.
Please. Ricky, say that out loud.
Manifest. Pivot.
Manifest. Put me with Dr. Strange.
Okay, all right. So let's see. All right, so let's talk about just your overall thoughts about the movie. Just how do you feel like this is contributing to the universe? Like, what is just your overall thoughts?
It's fun, and I don't need it to contribute at this point. And it's a fun movie. Like, I think like Deadpool as a franchise on its own is solid. I don't necessarily need it to contribute to the MCU, but I understand because of the acquisition and like business and politics of it. Like, yes, it's going to have to happen if we're going to connect all these things to the overall story. But for what it was a really fun movie. I enjoyed it. Hugh Jackman is like
Everything.
he's everything. He's Wolverine. Like and like I know there's some issues with like the fact that because he is older, he's gotten older. But I'm sorry, but with the original, well, not the original, but like the yellow costume with the mask, he looked very much like cartoon Wolverine to me.
He was giving.
He was giving cartoon Wolverine to me, and I really enjoyed it. And he's ripped. Golly, bless
He
him.
got ripped. That's the problem. He doesn't like. He's tired of Devin. And
None of them like it. None of them like because Marvel has a diet and a workout plan, so it's just like none of them.
Look,
like
they said 90 years, dude. Till you're 90, whatever.
Yeah.
For that Disney check.
Would you guys do the Marvel, like if Marvel's like, hey, Cadence, hey, Timon, hey, Ricky, we want you to be in whatever Marvel movie, but you got to get super Marvel ripped. Would you guys do it?
I will try my damnedest.
I would need you to I would need you to front me the money like right now and then move me away so I can like actually like focus and get some work done and do that, because in my actual habitat that would not work.
I would be like, why does a telepath need to be out here doing car flips? I would like
Can I just get a body shaper and call it a day? Y'all got CGI. Y'all got the money.
So Professor can get a wheelchair, but I can't sit down. Okay.
Oh, you just see Patrick Stewart has that 6-pack also.
Strong legs. Strong legs.
He's got that core strength.
Oh my god!
Even Charles Xavier does leg day. Okay.
He does now, Ricky.
That chair doesn't form.
That chair.
Sorry, y'all.
I don't have anything extra to add from what I've already said. It was fun. It was great. I'm double-minded, right? One side is like, what's going on with the MCU based off this film? Do you need that all the time? No, we're just spoiled. But then the weekend comes and we have everything we asked for. So, okay, great. So I think for a standalone, it feels like a standalone film that's not really leading to anything. It's probably planting seeds for these characters that will come back later on.
We know Thor has to be crying with Deadpool. That has to happen.
Or some red herrings, like a lot of red herrings, and that's fine too.
Yeah, and later on we'll go over Comic-Con stuff. I have the list of characters that will be involved in Secret Wars.
Oh man, nice!
It's 60 characters, so be prepared.
Yeah.
Golly.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
Let me ask y'all a question though. Would y'all be okay if this was the last standalone for the Deadpool franchise?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Oh, I love the Deadpool movies. They're always, like I said, they're always a lot of fun. I enjoy the breaking of the wall and communicating with the people in real time and getting off these little one-liners and these jokes and things. I think it's something that's very unique to the superhero storytelling kind of vibe. And there are other interactions that he has with other characters just in the comic world that I would love to see play out on screen. Like him and Spider-Man, I want to see that. I want to see that real bad. Like they are supposed to have a good little camaraderie as well. Like I don't know. I would like for them to keep it going in some capacity. And like you said, it doesn't necessarily have to lead up to anything. Like Marvel can start to do things that are just standalone but exist in the same universe as what's going
on. So my thing is that Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, my thing is that I can't Deadpool and other people film. I can see other characters in Deadpool film because this is how out of the norm it's written to see other to just about any superhero movie that we have, particularly in Marvel, particularly because this is like Deadpool with Disney. Now, like I can see some maybe like a character coming back into like his world, but not so much him going into theirs. I can't see Deadpool in a Spider-Man movie as much as I could probably see Spider-Man in a Deadpool movie.
That's very interesting. I see differently for sure.
Okay.
For me, go ahead, Cadence.
I was gonna say, I mean, he just brings a certain level of banter and comedy that we've already seen.
It's delightful.
We've already seen in some of the Avengers movies from other people, but it would be coming from him, so it'd be just that much funnier, in my opinion.
So, for me, the thing that is interesting is that, like, I think if we have a Gambit, like, let's say we had a Gambit movie, next year, it's not going to be Gambit exploding people with cards like he was in Deadpool. I think, I mean, rating wise, yeah, it's a rated R movie, but I don't think that. For me, the weird thing is you put Deadpool in someone else's movie, and you really had to tone down Deadpool, the violence anyway, and there will probably be zero pegging jokes in a Spider-Man Deadpool movie like that. Like if it's a Spider-Man centric movie, I don't think you're gonna have any pegging jokes or any like they're gonna tone that kind of stuff down.
I can't see Tom Holland joking about being pegged. Okay,
no.
I can't see that with the movie with Zendaya. I can't.
It's not funny when it actually happens. So.
It wouldn't necessarily. Of course, he wouldn't like carry his style of comedy over fully into another movie. It would be a little bit more of a drama, but it would still be true to Deadpool. It would just be certain things that he just wouldn't say. But we don't know what he wouldn't say.
No, I think he would say everything.
Exactly.
I guess my thing is why waste the time toning down Deadpool in someone else's movie when you could just bring some of those characters into his movie,
into a Deadpool movie, and then they get to be uncomfortable and it makes sense.
But imagine Deadpool and She-Hulk breaking the fourth wall together.
That's probably the closest I can see.
Yeah.
I don't know. It wouldn't necessarily, like I said, it wouldn't necessarily be toned down. There's just certain jokes that you would not hear, and you wouldn't have thought that you would have heard half the jokes you've seen in this movie until you heard them.
I don't know.
So if you don't know, if he's not saying things that are equivalent in raunchiness or explicit as what he said here, but it's still along those lines, then it's still true to Deadpool.
Yeah, I mean, we may not get 10 explicit comments from him. We may get 2.
Or whatever the rating is. Isn't there like in a PG-13 you get 1 F word or something like that?
I also think though this was Marvel's way. This is Marvel's way of testing doing movies with this level of action and gore and language. Yeah,
you're absolutely correct. It's exactly what they were doing because, as you all know, we're moving into different areas in Marvel. They're rolling out different programs and different sub companies within Marvel to do certain things, like highlights, or one company that's specifically about cartoons. So we're working on more. Our Blade is going to be R-rated, so we're working on all those different things. So this was very much so a test audience to can we handle as a fan base us going that next level, because Hugh Jackman was dropping F-bombs and it was great to see Wolverine just like that. But how can we not go this direction? We're getting ready to go against Mephisto. We're going to the supernatural. We're going to dip into all these different areas. So it's about to be totally different.
Yeah, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see that.
And looking at the ratings and stuff, the audience score seems stronger than 97, but the tomato meter is 78. So I still think that was a success.
Absolutely.
No,
I mean, the people are loving it. Like, no matter what format you've seen it in, you can't deny that it's just an enjoyable movie. It's a fun ride. You get some good laughs. You get some good action. Some real brutal things happening to people. Like, and it's so much fun to see that. Like, it's like, oh, y'all are really going there with it. Finally, all these Avengers movies, you didn't see half of the gore that you saw, and you would think you would.
Disney's been prepping us with like the inclusion of the Hulu catalog on Disney.
No,
right? Disney said, "Listen, we're gonna dibble and dabble now, and you're just gonna have to deal."
Here you go. We're stepping out of our comfort zone for you guys with some Hulu Plus, while you also have a Hulu Plus subscription.
Yeah, watch what your kids do. Watch you maintain what your kids watch. You don't worry about that. We don't care about that. Figure it out. Okay. All right. So in as it pertains to just kind of going into what we have next, I think it was still great to see those things and to just hear mutants being said out loud in the MCU. Having just seeing the old Juggernaut, things like that. I think that was great. It is going to be interesting because I was wondering what happens to that Wolverine and what universe did he even come from, because that was not clear what universe that particular one was from, because I was definitely expecting to see some more X-Men cameos in his flashbacks when we got there, but we didn't see anything. And I thought it would have been really cool to possibly show people that they may have in mind for those people, those actors, but we didn't get that, so that was a little bit of a letdown. But I love the movie overall, and I think that it was a great way to understand like mutants exist in the other universe. It was nice to see Henry Cavill as Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. But yeah, so we got to talk about how this kind of set up for a hard pivot, though, with the San Diego Comic-Con business. Seeing Dr. Doom be the new bad for the Avengers after knowing that it was supposed to be Kang Dynasty, that was a bit of it was kind of a confusing moment for me. I was a little bit torn, like, oh, okay, I mean, that's cool. And then like, wait a minute. That's a very, very, very hard pivot. And not only that, I know that you went and got him to do it because you're pivoting so freaking hard that you need a big name for this project like this. And then you need
like half of Phase 4.
You need to be controversial, and you need people to be on the fence about this and cause some sort of ruckus. But I don't like it. To just kind of be done with Kang after we've seen him in at least 3 different ways is a little bit uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable.
I wonder how they will pivot from that, or if they're just going to completely scrap it all together and like make no mention of it at all. Because like that's several projects that you have to like completely ignore for that.
Yes, like we like to know that they've done this lets you know that the slate that they've originally announced has changed drastically.
Mm-hmm.
But they haven't necessarily told us in what ways outside of just this.
Right.
So that's alarming. That's an alarming situation for me personally.
So can I just say that like someone that is not a comic reader, doesn't have the background comic knowledge, and I've seen like the tidbits of like explaining like how it can work with Robert Downey Jr. Spoiler, I guess. If you've been living under a rock and you haven't seen anything from Comic-Con,
yeah,
again,
now's the time.
Right, like now's
the time. Ricky,
what?
If you don't want any spoilers about Deadpool or Comic-Con, walk away now.
I mean, you should have been gone.
Don't want any spoilers about walk away now.
I'm sorry, but like, so what was revealed in Comic-Con? I found no joy in it. Not like I wasn't like, not like I was angry with it or upset about it. I don't necessarily care at the moment. It's
That's
like,
fair.
oh, I'm like, oh, that's a choice.
Sure.
Okay, cool. Even with like the stuff about with how it connects to Iron Man in general. I'm like, okay, that's a choice still. Okay, cool. I guess we could do that. But I'm not like outright excited about it.
Okay, Ricky, I read the comics growing up, and
Okay.
it wasn't one of my favorite stories in general, just to begin with.
Okay.
And it's not a long run story, and I think he dies, or it's unknown what happens to him. But yes, Tony Stark becomes Doom, not Tony Stark becomes Victor Von Doom, and then he turns into Doom. It's actually Tony Stark as Doom.
Mm.
So I'm sure that's under my report that Cam told me to pull up. He is a variant of Doom, not the Doom we will be receiving. You should have picked Cole Turner from Charmed, the first Doom, and that would have been a better choice for me because he was very great. He has the gravitas that you need. He just doesn't have the star power.
Is he still good looking?
He is. He's on Criminal Minds shows.
Okay. Because I know him from Nip Tuck and Charmed.
All of that. So like he just doesn't have the star power / nostalgia pool that Marvel needs right now to keep people more interested.
That's a whole other demographic of viewers. Yeah.
Exactly. But that would have been my choice for Doom. For 2 movies, you went with Robert Downey Jr.
Now, do you feel like he doesn't? I honestly was okay with it. I'm like, okay, cool, because we know he has the range, we know he has the depth. But I was kind of confused at the tie-in too, because like I said, I didn't have that comic history. But a lot of people are pissed and up in arms about him double dipping, so to speak. But we've seen this happen throughout Marvel of people starting with one role and totally something else, and just kind of forget that they had that role. So,
I mean, they did a whole thing with what's his name?
Johnny Storm,
Flash Cat in Deadpool and Wolverine. Like this double dipping's a thing, and it's fine. You're pulling from 2 separate like parts, like sections of Marvel departments.
Yeah. I mean, my thing was I just felt it was a little uninspired and you didn't try hard enough. However, I get it, and I'm excited to see him do this. It's gonna be weird for I don't know if we got to the Comic-Con stuff yet. It's gonna be weird for the storyline. The reveals. Yeah. So it's gonna be weird to see him in Avengers Doomsday because his storyline, he kills certain important people. So it's gonna be really interesting to see what he does in this role and to see him play. A lot of people are saying, oh, we can't wait to see Tom Holland see him as the villain. Spider-Man seeing Iron Man as the villain, how heartbroken he's going to be. I was like, it's a variant. Will that even affect? I don't know. But sure, I'll watch it.
I think that's where I'm at too. I'm like, yeah, I'll watch it. But like,
I guess it'll be interesting to see how they go about pulling this off because I can't think of a time where Marvel specifically has ever done this. Like switch somebody from a hero to a villain for one, but let alone they've played 2 different characters at the same time. Or rather,
was it Red Skull?
I would feel like the closest would be Scarlet Witch right now.
I mean, that was definitely plot, but sure, that is an example.
I mean, you're looking at one behind Timon, like right there.
Well, no, but that's Fox and Marvel. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's very true.
Marvel
Okay.
Studios is supposed
like
to
in Marvel,
Gotcha.
like continuity purposes, I can't think of a time where they've done something like that, and that's because they've been so hard up on making characters identify with certain heroes, like that level of branding. They've always done that. So it's interesting to see them kind of pivot from that and allow someone else to be someone else. I mean, they did a cute moment with Johnny Storm in Deadpool and Wolverine. I thought that was a very, very awesome cameo too.
Yeah,
that was really good.
It was, and they did a little switcheroo. It made you think that it's not. They made you think it was Cap, but no.
Oh, the theater, they went crazy when they saw him too. Standing up,
Yeah.
yelling, and
Can we all agree that he probably could still play Johnny Storm? Like he actually was so Johnny. He was still Johnny. Like I don't know what the new guy's gonna bring yet. Okay, so I'll say that. But Chris Evans was still like, you're Johnny Storm still.
He shaved his face a little bit. He still got
it. He did still have it. Yeah. So anybody else got anything to say about Dr. Doom or Doomsday and how they pivoted so hard from Kang?
Oh, I missed that.
Oh well, yeah. We were just talking about how
I do know that that's a big point of contention for UCAM, how they treated our boy Jonathan Majors and passed that torch real quick. I mean, my only issue is that he was scapegoated because they did a poor job with Ant-Man and Quantumanium, and they used him as saying, "Oh, the villain just wasn't just good, so we need to give it to somebody else." And then the court case happened. So I'm like, "Oh, perfect. Two things we needed. Get him out of here." Okay, you're not a good culture fit for us at Marvel, so we're going to go ahead and send you those paperwork and bring on Cassandra Nova.
And even still, that was booty. And they should have simply just recast it. Like, why would you lose such a great villain at the cost of an actor in this situation?
Yeah,
like,
they did. They've recast people before, because who was the original War Machine?
Harrison Ford was recast. He wasn't always the president.
Right. Yeah, true.
Terrence Howard.
But that's small. That's small. Terrence Howard,
yeah.
He definitely got recasted after that first movie for sure, hands down. But I mean, who cared about that?
Well, the
Terrence Howard.
The difference between Terrence Howard and Don Cheadle is that Terrence Howard only had the one, as opposed to like Don Cheadle having several. Jonathan Majors has been placed as Kang in several different projects.
Yes.
Fine.
So
we know.
So like, I mean, like, yes, so you could recast them, but it's also like it's still kind of jarring. It's not like season 1 of Interview with Vampire, you have one Claudia, and season 2 you have another Claudia, and then you can kind of like creatively like rearrange why that is. In this case, no.
Whereas you're talking about, like, it's just fine. When you're talking about variants, we know variants look like different people come in different genders, shapes, sizes, and all of that. So if you wanted to go with whatever happened in Loki, ended up twisting the variants, and now it looks totally different. And maybe that was intentional because he decided to change up his appearance or something, so he could be unrecognizable. There's so many ways you could go with this, but to lose Kang as a villain after you've already started is not a good look. That's a very strong villain. That's a very strong villain to use.
He just didn't work for us at Marvel. It was ambitious, and we did not put out the right projects to support him as a villain. So what we're going to do, we're going to pivot. We're going to pivot to a hard pivot. And we're going to end his story in Loki season 2 and wrap that up real quick and kill him in Quantumanium and move on to Dr. Doom.
That should have been the game word for the day, pivot.
Pivot. That's what they did. It's all a pivot, yes.
Okay, well, they did also talk about Fantastic Four at Con. Go ahead.
I did some pictures of. I finally got a chance to watch the teaser at Comic-Con of Fantastic Four, and it's. I sent pictures. I don't know if you can show them, but I sent pictures of screen grabs of the teaser, and they look good. There's no action. It's all about. It feels like a promo for this new space team, but it's set in the 60s, in a futuristic version of the 60s, and they're going to have multiple villains, and they have their kids, Franklin and Valencia. Can't remember her name, but Franklin is there. And a lot of the movies set in the 60s and in space. So that's all we know.
And it's not an origin story.
Thank God. It's no more origin story. They have already existed. Yeah. No more origin stories.
It was interesting. I don't know. I guess I'll just need to see something different because I was not the most intrigued by it until Galactus showed up. And even then, yeah, I did.
Yeah, it felt like a promo ad for this astronaut program. Like that's what it felt like. They look good. Pedro Pascal. This is no shade. I get it. You're a hot boy right now. Everybody loves you. You do have the range for this. And when you came on stage at Comic-Con, I was like, okay, I see him as Reed Richards. But no comment.
Oh, excuse me. You still would have went a different direction.
Yeah, and I don't know, and this may be wrong to say, but I'll say it anyway. I don't know if the guy from Stranger Things and Quiet Place has the sex appeal for Johnny Storm, but we will see.
It'll be an interesting little it'll be an interesting development to keep an eye on, but I was not necessarily thrilled looking at the Fantastic Four footage.
How did you feel, Cadence, about like when you saw the four of them together? Did you feel like Fantastic Four, or did you feel like
I felt I felt very
I just feel like that about the Fantastic Four anyway.
Yeah, that part. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have the ability to pull up one of those?
Look, okay, hold on.
Just one with four of them. The four of them.
Okay, so like Fantastic Four's villains are actually interesting. They seem like the most boring, like four people. Okay, I really like the Thing. The Thing's pretty cool, but like the rest of them, we're like, Thing's have a mopey character. That's the.
I love Sue Storm. She's pretty OP.
All right, hold on.
I wonder why they didn't use I know he's a big star, but I can't think of his name. But the same actor who was Reed Richards in Doctor Strange the Multiverse. Man,
don't get us started on that because he was perfect. That was just a fan thing. They were feeding us in that moment. And John Krasinski is his name.
That's right.
It was rumored for him and his wife Emily Blunt to be Sue Storm, and
I don't need that. That's what The Quiet Place is for. That's their movie.
Yikes!
They had their moment then. All right, so here's some pictures.
Doomsday. That's Galactus.
Okay.
Doesn't
never mind.
Hello?
Why is he so tiny?
Okay, so that's Johnny and Sue.
Okay.
Reed and Grimm.
Okay, that's it, I guess. So.
Yeah, yeah, that's all I got.
Where's Jessica Alba?
You know what? Let's not hate on her because that bleach blonde hair did something. Okay.
I love Jessica Alba as Sue Storm, so
she was riding the high of Honey. So let her do it.
That used to be my movie.
Mm-hmm. Is it time for me to spill some tea on Comic-Con?
Please.
Yeah, we unpacking all this stuff.
Okay, great. The first.
Oh, but wait, before we go there, I don't know how they plan on getting that Avengers movie ready by 2026 without knowing what these next movies are supposed to give. I know we're waiting for Captain America, but who are the Avengers at this point, and when are you gonna make it clear?
We don't. I got the answer. All right. Here's the full list of the 60 characters that will appear in Avengers Doomsday.
Golly.
No, we can't go through all 60.
No, well, it's broken into categories, so it'll be easy. The multiversal characters. Doctor Doom, the Deadpool Corps, Wolverine, the Fantastic Four, Deadpool, Doctor Strange and Clea, God Loki, Sylvia, Mobius, Hunter B-15, and Miss Minutes.
Okay.
All right, the cosmic characters: Captain Marvel, Adam Warlock, Quasar, Thor / Gore's daughter, the Eternals. Wow. Rocket, Nova, Star-Lord, the Ravengers, Groot, Gamora, Hercules, Drax, Mantis, Nebula, and Kraglin. Pause for comments let me know when to pause. Okay, the grounded characters: White Vision. I hate that name, sorry.
It's doing something weird there. I don't like.
I don't like
it's Black Lightning, but like
Oh, my Kunta Kinte cloth hat on.
It feels like it feels like whatever your plan is for the country next year. White Vision.
Oh God!
I'm so sorry.
Make sure y'all go vote.
That's my campaign. White Vision. All right. Next is Captain America, Sentry, Black Panther, Hulk, Winter Soldier, Moon Knight, Gaia, which is going to be great to see Gaia because she's the most powerfulest person we have in MCU currently. Gaia, Wong, Blade, Shang-Chi, Kate Bishop, War Machine, Miss Marvel, Hulkling. Here's your Young Avengers: Hulkling, Wiccan, Scar, Speed, Black Knight, the Scarlet Witch, Echo, Ant-Man, Wasp, Stature, Spider-Man, Nick Fury, Valkyrie, America Chavez, the Midnight Angels, Yelena Belova, Ironheart, both Hawkeyes, Scarlet Scarab, Falcon, Patriot, Luke Cage, come on, Elsa Bloodstone, Jessica Jones, Agatha, Man-Thing, Red Hulk, Iron Fist, She-Hulk, Clint Barton, Ghost Rider, U.S. Agent, Abomination, M'Baku, Hulking, Captain Britain, and Ghost. That's it.
Okay. You said Black Panther?
Yep.
M'Baku's in there. That's great.
Yep. No X-Men if you heard that. So
there's a lot of like weird tiered heroes in there.
I don't understand this at all.
I mean, I'm excited for Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, but I'm really surprised they're coming to a battle. Like, what are y'all going to do here?
And that we're going to see it.
They hand out cups of water.
To hand out cups of water. Cam, you're going to love this. Chloe Bennett's role is still to be determined. And Chloe Bennett played Quake in that TV show.
Why is her role still to be determined? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
We don't know if she's coming or not, but her name has been floating around as Quake to come back, and she needs to be here. Period.
Yeah.
It's weird that they have like the Eternals. It feels like that movie came out like 40 years ago.
But they also canceled their sequel.
I'm about to say they just released a statement they don't have any future endeavors for the Eternals anymore. Of course,
this is the first time that Eternals are seen outside of the movie. Yes, like that little that entire.
No, they're in the background of Deadpool somewhere.
Literally, the entire cast of Eternals has not been seen in anything else.
No,
as far as the MCU is concerned.
Yeah.
No. That's what I have for that movie. The final Fantastic Four reboot will be a full-on origin story for both Franklin and Valerie, not for the Fantastic Four, but for their kids.
Okay.
And for anyone who knows Franklin Richards, this can get really bad real fast.
Goodness gracious.
This is for you. Marvel Studios will announce what they are going to do with Kang moving forward. The entire Phase 6 slate will be. I'm too old. We already know they chopped it. Sorry.
Phase 4 feels like so long ago.
So, okay. My grandmother, we watched a lot of soap operas growing up because like that's the only thing that was on their TV. But like wrestling and Marvel all comic books is just like someone's different version of soap operas. That's all it is. Because like everyone's related to everyone. Everyone's like, oh, I passed this guy at the falafel place one time, and that's my origin story. That's my villain arc.
I mean, the X-Men is a huge soap opera.
Everyone's got an evil twin. Everyone We just saw one of them, Charles Xavier's.
Yeah.
He consumed her in the womb, and now she got sent out to another place.
Allegedly.
Did
Because
the Midnight Sun
she get
feature
there.
all of the main characters from Werewolf by Night? I haven't seen Werewolf by Night.
It's only like I haven't seen it either. It's like 45 minutes, I think. It's not long.
Yeah.
It came out with zero fanfare before Halloween, like 2 or 3 years ago.
I couldn't get into it.
I thought it was fun because it was one of the first times that it was just different and outside of what we've been seeing for the Disney Plus shows in general by that time.
Yeah,
Billy Berserker.
And it wasn't about like joining it into the overall films.
Yeah, love it. Exactly, Billy.
Look, I got into trouble for telling my parents about General Hospital the summer of Luke and Laura every single day. So I took up X-Men. It's the same drama in X-Men.
It is.
Wolverine and Hulk movie is in development at Marvel Studios.
I don't need that.
Wolverine and Hulk?
I don't need
it.
it.
It's a thing in the comics too, but nobody needs it.
I think Hulk could use his own, almost his own movie because we haven't had one in MCU.
I guess.
I'm not
Everyone's very excited about all this Marvel news.
It's another action. That would be another action film for sure, big time. Like you're getting major action in that.
Yeah, I don't know what you would do like plot wise because like that comic was just like two people beating the crap out of each other. Anyway, I don't know.
Whenever I just think of a Hulk movie, I just think of like the time I took my little brother to see the Hulk movie. I think it was the first one, and it's just he was like probably like 6 or 7 at the time, and it was I don't even remember it honestly because it was bad.
Is my information only from Marvel or everything from Comic-Con?
Give one good thing from comic. One good thing outside of Marvel.
Oh, one. Interview with the Vampire, Ricky. You already with me? Yes. Interview with the Vampire. Season 3 released not only a teaser, but an amazing ad for the season 3 based off the book Vampire Lestat, which is an amazing book. It's such a drama if you like mess. And they also released in this season and book, Lestat is a rock star, like what you get to see a little bit of in Queen of the Damned. And he released a single already and is pretty cool.
Yes.
So check that out. He's such a diva, and you'll be able to see all of that in the teaser.
I want the glam. I want the feathers. I want
the leather. I want the sheer. I want the lace. I want everything. Lestat.
Yes, I want all of it.
And he does such a good job of being like this, a mean girl. Honestly, I'll just put it at that.
Anyway.
Like yeah. What's his name? Sam Reed. Sam Reed is
dope.
Just perfect.
Mr. Sinister. He should be playing Mr. Sinister very soon.
He will be good. Yeah.
He needs to play.
That would be nice. That would be nice. Okay. Well,
I messaged Ricky. I was like, I need to write for this character because he is about to be nasty nice this entire season.
Okay.
I just need to drop the album. Just drop the album.
Oh, you were here for it. You're here for the music.
Look, it's pretty soon. As soon as it drops on Spotify, it's gonna be played.
Yep.
On repeat.
Heard. Okay. Well, how is everybody feeling about the future of the MCU after Comic-Con and seeing Deadpool and Wolverine? What are your thoughts? Go ahead.
I'll be really quick. Get this over with so we can get to the Mutant Saga. I'm done.
Okay, Ricky.
I don't like thinking about the future MC because it hurts. That doesn't hurt my brain. It's just at this point it's not enjoyable. Like I think at this point it's not enjoyable trying to figure out or having to sit and wait to figure out who's going to be added where with who and when these projects are going to come out. Honestly, just when they come up, let me know, and I'll watch them, and I'll judge from there. Like I'm so done worrying about the future of MCU right now. I'm so over that. I'm over all of that. Like the watching it from Comic-Con and then them having the poster of all their projects for the next like 5 years on the screen for
And
people
then
to freak
something
out
happens and they
about, and
delete.
then for it to completely like dismantle because shit's not working like it's supposed to.
Okay, come on,
Folks,
prioritize yourself.
I'm just saying, like folks directors leave, folks are on trial, and you know, someone's having a baby, so they can't film in the next like year or two, and or this one didn't pan as well, like didn't like chart as well as some of the other ones, so you're gonna completely scrap the story. And I'm like, just at this point, for me, as a about to be 36-year-old person with a life and a job and kids, just when the project comes, promote it. I'll be there to watch it. That's all I can tell you.
Okay. All right, Akio.
Like I kind of alluded to earlier, I think it is a step in a better direction. For one, we're gonna have to wait. They got some years to kind of get this together instead of like the last couple of years we had something once a quarter or whatever it is. So maybe they go back to that, taking time to get things right, even though we're spoiled. And I will admit that too. I want it now, but if they need to do a hard slowdown to reset, then I'm for it.
Okay.
I'd rather have more, less movies that are better than trying to, like, it's impossible. Just like, how many things came out this summer that, like, Echo came out? There's, I'm happy. Like, I've never been happier about, like, growing up with all the nerd crap I grew up with, and everyone is enjoying it. Like, I told them when they're busy, swirling me or whatever, that's not actually a thing that happened, thank goodness. But, like, you grew up reading comics, you grew up playing D&D, you grew up, with Willow, and people had comments about that stuff. And now, like, everyone's enjoying it. Like, I'm happy about that. I'm so happy, but I'm like, come on, like, make it good again.
Big facts.
You scared me for a little bit, yo.
No, I love it. Like, I'm happy that this is the thing, but, like, I also would just rather it be all be. I would like it all to be good. That'd be great.
MAGA.
No,
MAGA.
make it good again. I'm like,
no. Whoa.
Nah, Lucio, we heard you. Yeah. That's that white vision we was talking about.
Whoa. I'm worried I'm not coming up brown enough on this camera now, man.
I don't know. That white vision make you look a little different to me.
Dang it, StreamYard picture. Give me the dark mode, StreamYard.
Okay, you got the melanin like y'all did on Supercell. Have these cameras specific for melanin. Okay?
I know. I have to go looking.
I'm weak. When it comes to the MCU, I'm kind of at a place of hope, and just really wanting them to deliver something that makes up for how hard they've pivoted just now, and just really work on bringing in more stories that people want to see, that we would enjoy, that they know they would enjoy. While still being innovative and trying to break that ground, because they created such an amazing thing for those first 4 phases that it was just indescribable, the energy around that phase and how everything built up on the next, and it made sense. But now we're getting a place where it's just like, all right, what are y'all doing? Like, what is happening? We're starting to lose faith. We're starting to lose excitement. But this movie did great in restoring that excitement and that hope. But it didn't. I don't know if it's going to continue this for the rest of whatever we're about to get.
Has it lost that magic because of the fact that we now know that everything from like the first 10 years in some form or fashion has connected to a big overall story. So now that as the audience, we are expecting these things to all connect and be evolved around each other. And so so we're too busy trying to focus on those things to really enjoy them in a way, as opposed to like Iron Man being its own franchise, and Captain America being its own franchise, and then they're connecting in some way, and like these projects, these franchises within themselves being their own thing, and then eventually coming together, as opposed to like now, like we're expecting all of this to be interconnected, and if it's not connecting like we want it to or hoping to, for some of those fans that are like that have that background knowledge, is that kind of like destroying the joy of being able to watch it?
I think it's just because that's how they set it up. I feel like if we wouldn't have known that these stories were meant to connect to each other even further and beyond, they've kind of lost the ability to do both. They've lost the ability to really create a solid standalone film that can still connect to something else if they so choose it to, but they're also doing a bad job of making the connection that they said they were going to make.
Yeah.
I think that was perfectly stated about our expectations surrounding the future of this franchise. And anyone who knows show running and just franchise in general, you have to have a roadmap. And so, one, I'm excited that they have the forethought to have a roadmap. But I do think we are spoiled because we got to experience what it's like to have a fully intentionally built universe. And now that we're scraping for like crumbs to figure it out after this entire last phase of duds, I'm sorry to say that, but last phase of duds. And now we're like, okay, where's the new Thanos? Where's the new Endgame? Where's the new Civil War? And that doesn't mean that's good or bad. But when you set an expectation of greatness, it's your job as a company to continue that expectation of greatness and shift it if you can't hold it up to it.
The magic of discovery is not there anymore.
Agreed.
I don't think that's repeatable. I don't like the original, arc that ended with Endgame. I don't think that's repeatable. I don't think it's repeatable. I would be happy if they just had like good movie. Sometimes there's tie-ins with people crossover between movies, and then maybe like years down the line, like, oh, okay, we're gonna do Secret War, or we're gonna do whatever giant cataclysmic thing. That's not. I don't think it's ever gonna be the scale of the last of Endgame and whatchamacallit. I don't think that they're gonna do that again. I don't think it's possible.
Lightning can't strike twice. There, I agree.
I think that it would have been possible if they wouldn't have given us such a broad vision of their roadmap. That's the part of the problem. You told us where we're going, but you're not giving us anything to get us there. At least it doesn't feel that way. Because what are we doing? And now you're pivoting, and now we don't know where we're going, but we also don't know how we're going to get there.
The big reveals at Comic-Con, that sounds like the big reveals at Comic-Con have been, as much as it's been like a push and gets people excited, it's kind of like the downfall because we're expecting those things, and because they, even with this roadmap, and when they're not accounting for things that could happen in between time, and so we have all this expectation, and when these things don't play out, it messes us up.
Think about the new Captain America. How many are really excited to see the new Captain America? But I'd give some of us like, yes, but overall, we're like, okay, let's get to the mutant saga. We know we want to see, and I think that can hurt us too. We are just waiting for us to get these X-Men in here.
Yeah.
These mutants, we know what we want to see. They know what we want to see, but they have these other fulfillments that they have to give us before we can get there. And I guess as a storyteller, I can appreciate the idea of being true to the story that you want to tell to set us up for the mutant saga, because I know in Captain America they're going to deal with whatever happened in Eternals, and that's where adamantium comes from. That celestial that's in the water, that's where adamantium come from, and we need that setup so we can get into Wolverine story later on in the future, and other people who get animanium. But because you're dangling this carrot in front of us that the mutants are coming, their mutants are coming, we're just here. We're not going to watch fucking Echo. We're not going to sit up here and watch Daredevil. I mean, I'm going to watch the show. We're not going to sit up here and watch this shit. Where is X-Men? Where is Cyclops? Where is Storm? You talking about
something?
Where are the things?
Yeah.
So, like, you cannot set this expectation that the mutants are coming, but you want to feed us fucking Namor's daughter in a spin-off movie. No, what? We're not here for that.
Even though I would love to go Namor.
I mean, Namor is. Oh, I can't say that, but yes.
Agreed. Well,
sorry. All right.
No, it's fine because it's all about that future, and I think that's where they went wrong. A lot of too many revealing too much too soon, and then not being able to, even if you're going to have a roadmap, being able to say, oh well, we can still create movies that can stand alone, and if we choose to tie them in, we can.
Too late. You can't go back.
Don't ring a bell. Yeah,
they can't change formula, but no, they can. If they can pivot this hard, they can change their formula.
You want Echo to be successful. Wow, it's not going to be what you want it to be.
I think that's just the motion of like the downfall, not downfall, but like the detriment of like how we move as fandoms.
Yeah.
Now that's the problem. So like showing all your cards at a Comic-Con and an article and a tweet. Like you're like giving out too much information instead of just, and then making it like very like visible for fans to find out and to speculate and talk about and whatever,
and destroy.
Right. As opposed to just, letting things come out, give a smidgen, and then go from there.
Because what if Fantastic Four sucks?
Because I'm gonna let you know right now, like I don't care about Fantastic Four right now.
No.
It has before, so.
I mean, I'm right now. Like,
what are you talking about?
I enjoyed the first rendition of it way back when with Jessica Alba. I don't care about it now.
I enjoy Michael B. Jordan's, and I'm the only one now down that hill.
Yes, please.
I'm pretty sure I've told this story, but I watched that first one in Spanish 5 times in a row, and I hated it.
In Espanol.
En Espanol. El Cuatro Fantástico. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Okay, well, we're just gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. Thank you guys for coming out and joining us tonight. Yeah, on that note, we will close out this story of Marvel. Haven't made it. It does not, and it was a fan service moment for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I shouldn't have to be asking like, oh, what if it's good? Like that shouldn't be the place I'm coming from.
No.
If it is, then great.
Yeah, but it's like
after seeing the
my
trailer,
expectations are like here.
Running to go to the theaters to see that. I don't see my. I mean, I probably will because I typically will see every Marvel movie when it drops, like right away. But
that's where I'm at too. Like, that's why I'm at too. I'm not like crazy excited about these projects, but like I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah. And I
guess you can get my money here.
And I think they should just not show after they drop one trailer. That should be it, and it should literally be just a teaser trailer and be done with it. Let's not talk about it no more. Let's not look at it no more. We're just gonna go to the movies and see it. I don't want to see it.
Honestly, let's stop.
There are millions of dollars dedicated to these leaks, to these people who to the leaks, to the trailers, to the promos. They leak information to certain people so they will spread it. Okay, so they're never gonna just do one trailer and out. Unfortunately,
I know, but that's what it needs. It needs that kind of breath of life, that little rebirth moment, and in some way to build that anticipation that you got back in the 90s when all you saw was one or two trailers, didn't show the whole movie, and you was ready to be at the theaters.
I'm talking about teaser. Then we get a trailer. Then we get another teaser. Now we get 2 more trailers, and then Deadpool gave us a trailer the week before it came out, the week of its release. Like, no.
And like at least 10 stills in somebody's article.
Oh yeah, and then alternative scene when the actor does an interview on a nighttime show. So don't forget that.
Yeah, and that's it. That's all you should need is a little press
and that's
run.
On capitalism.
Shows. Like that's the way that it used to be done, and it worked. It worked beautifully. Yes.
And that's on capitalism.
Period. Yeah, give me some money. What about my ching ching ching? What about my blink blink blink?
Right.
Run it.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you all for joining us this evening to discuss Deadpool and Wolverine and Marvel for the road. Marvel and their cinematic universe and all the things that we love and enjoy. I am Cadence. You can find me on X, Twitter at Cadence Third World, and you can find me on Facebook at Cadence Nova Kane. And it's spelled just like it sounds. Nova and Kane is two separate words.
Hello, love. You can find me here on Geeking Out, speaking about all things geek related. Or you can find me there on Scream King, speaking about horror all the time. And if it's not Jean Grey, it doesn't really matter, does it?
I hate it.
Bye, Blade.
Mind Scribe alone.
Bye, Blade.
Don't miss the Mind Scribe, girl.
And that's the only cameo that we were missing in this movie.
I guess. Okay. Ricky Z. You can find me at Ricky Z _social on all social media. And look, I'm gonna go back to watching
Dollhouse.
No, House of Dragon.
Dracarys.
Right. And then figure out who's actually a Targaryen, who's and
the guy with the locks. Ooh, Ricky.
Look, Sea Smoke said dark skin, not dark Lynn, okay? Look, and you know, the folks that were all the illegitimate Targaryen children of the world, you claim a dragon at your own risk. That's all I know. So that's what I got.
All right.
All right. You can find me at AK_the Great on all socials and platforms. We're gonna ride this thing out and see what happens. But I'm still optimistic, Marvel, and
I love that for you, Akil. I love that for you. Your optimism.
Phoenix.
And I'm at Lucio Man or at LucioMan79 on almost everything. Yeah, I'm hopeful too, but
that don't sound too convincing.
You know what? I don't even have anything to...
Until next week, you can find us here. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you can be up to date on all of our future episodes. You will always get a notification. All right. We'll see y'all next week on Geeking Out.